Jeff, how are you? It comes right off that water so bad. Really? Wow.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of an organization like the USCA.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Hub on the campus of Southern Maine Community College for Seawolves basketball. It's a doubleheader today from the Hub as the women's and men's team both host the Paul Smith College Bobcats on a frigid but comfortable day inside the Hub. I am Jeff Christianberry alongside Zach Taranko today. We have the women's game up first here from the Hub. We'll have starting lineups in just a minute. Southern Maine Community College comes in at 10-2 on the season, 5-1 in the conference, and they're winners of 3 in a row. Paul Smith College, on the other hand, comes in at 4-4. They are 2-4 in the conference and have lost 2 in a row. I'll bring in my partner Zach here in just a second, as these two teams played just 4 days ago on the 11th, with Southern Maine Community College getting a big victory. Zach?
Yeah, that game was at Paul Smith College, and SMCC got that big win, 96-45, and it was Coach Kate Stannard's 100th all-time win. In that game, Shea Pickering had 20 points, Maddie York had 15, and Tara Flanders had a double-double with 12 points and 10 boards. Just a really good all-around game for SMCC away, really dominated and hoping to have the same end result today.
Awesome. We're going to head to the public address announcers. We're going to hear the starting lineups here from the Hub.
The Yankee Small College Conference encourages and promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We encourage your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at any of the above parties will not be tolerated and are removal from the site of competition. Lastly, everyone is expected to remain masked at all times while inside the building. The officials for today's game are Clayton Pottle, Mark LaFountain, and Bob Foster. And now for your starting lineups. First, for the visiting Bobcats. At guard, number 2, Jordan Lewis. Also at guard, number 5, Keely Van Valkenburg. Also at guard, number 23, Jastic Ellaby. Starting at forward, number 22, Shannon McPhearders. And at center, number 15, Jayla Gray. The Bobcats are coached by Josh Clemens. And now for your Southern Maine Community College Seawolves. At guard from Bradley, Maine, number 10, Hannah Richards. At the other guard from Portland, Maine, number 15, Captain Ashley Matheson. At forward from Topsom, Maine, number 5, Kyla Greenleaf. At the other forward from Drewsville, New Hampshire, number 11, Shea Pickering. Number 34, Captain Tara Flanders. The Seawolves are coached by Katie Stannard in her 6th season and assisted by Patrick Haviland, Venice Barnes, and Danielle Pinkham. Now, if everyone can please rise as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem.
All right, pregame festivities are in the books again. Welcome to the Hub. As we get ready for, again, a doubleheader today. Men's game slated to start around 3 o'clock here on the SMCC Sports Network. Again, Paul Smith College comes in as the underdogs 2-4. And again, as we mentioned, Coach Katie Stannard, 100th win. And Zach, it's been a very quick way to 100 wins. She's a career 129 overall. It's a 775 win percentage, 55-13 in the conference. A lot of confidence they must have coming into this game, having a coach coming off a big milestone like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's something I think special for her, but also for the team. You know, knowing that they've helped her to those wins and really want to keep that going. Have had a great season so far, 10-2. Still some games left, and as I said before, they've played Paul Smith before. They know how this team plays, and they had a big win. So want to have a nice game at home and get to the weekend with another win.
Yeah, so the Seawolves have only lost one game since Halloween, so they are really on a roll here. That loss coming against Central Maine Community College in December. As ready for the starting lineups, as you heard before, it'll be the tip in the middle, and it's going to be won by Paul Smith College. Brought down and bringing up the front court will be Jordan Lewis, freshman guard from Crystal, New Mexico. Lots of locations all over the country for these Paul Smith ladies. We'll get to them. It's a deep three from the far side, and that is good. First points of the game coming from Jasik Ellaby. That was a deep three.
Yeah, she didn't even need to step to the line. She had the space and she took it.
Here comes a steal in the midcourt. Coming down is Lewis. Takes a dribble around, up and no good. Defense there by Hannah Richards. Here come the Seawolves the other way on their second possession of the game here. 3-0 Bobcats. Deep three again. That's time from the Seawolves. That one's off the mark by Shea Pickering. Rebound by Paul Smith. And of course, Zach, it's kind of not a very close game the first time around. Obviously, the Paul Smith would like to keep this game close here in the beginning.
Exactly. A good start. Really, they need to take the charge and getting those shots off.
Pickering takes the ball down, gets it down to Richards. Richards back to Pickering, up to the top, wide open shot from Greenleaf is off the rim, no good. Rebound fought for, eventually taken down by the Bobcats. Coming back down, left to right in your screen in the all-black uniforms with green lettering and the gold-yellow trim. Goes baseline, kind of does a scoop shot. Good defense there by Tara Flanders. No good. Outlet pass under the hoop. We'll try to reset now. Inside with the left hand. That's going to be no good. That was Flanders with the shot. And Paul Smith comes down, but she's going to travel with that ball. Kind of found herself in no man's land, unable to get anything there. We'll take a look at the replay. A big three ball there at the beginning. That was NBA range from there on the first. So no buckets yet for the Seawolves on a few possessions, but they have the ball into the basket here with 8:25 to go. First quarter from the Hub.
Great job by the Seawolves so far with the ball movement.
And there's a three ball. Ashley Matheson with the first points of the game for the Seawolves, a three as well, and it's 3-3. Good play off the inbound.
Yeah, definitely a great three-point shot. Both teams not afraid to take the shots early in this game. Tied up at 3.
Pressure defense from the Seawolves, but able to break it is Paul Smith. It's going to be a deep three. It's going to be off the mark, off the rim, no good. Rebound by the Seawolves. Hannah Richards, she'll bring it back down. Try to set up some offense here. Under 8 minutes to go, first quarter. It's going to be a three from the corner as well. It's going to be in and out from Pickering. Rebound brought back by Jayla Gray. She's the main rebounding force for Paul Smith College. Outlet pass. Not looking to shoot there from 3. Almost a steal by Richards, but picked up by the Bobcats. Inside, nice move. Goes up with the left hand. Up and off the glass. It's good. Jordan Lewis. Wonderful play there with the left hand for the finish.
Great finish there by Lewis. And Paul Smith takes their lead back. Good start in the first few minutes of this game. It's almost a steal there. From CC.
It's going to be in the lane. Ball goes up, and it's going to be a foul. First foul of the game. And we'll have our first free throws.
Bobcats foul number 15, Jill Gray. That's her first, team's first. Tara Flanders on the line, 2 shots for the Seawolves.
And this is, as you said, Flanders will get 2 shots.
Flanders, a 5'7" forward sophomore from Windham. First free throw of the game is up and good. 7:01 to go here, first quarter. Second one's up and good as well. 2 free throws for Flanders, and we're back tied, 5-5. Lewis all the scoring so far. That's going to be a steal off the inbound. Shot goes up. That's 3/4 of the way down from Matheson, but no good. Here comes Paul Smith College. Tie game. Couple minutes in. Shot goes up. Kind of a one-footed shot. No good. Rebound Matheson. She'll come back the other way. Outlet pass again. Open three. Up and no good off the front rim. A rebound by Van Valkenburg for the Bobcats. And here they come. Still tied. 5-5, 6:25 to go. First quarter.
And Bobcats are being met by the SMCC defense and are struggling to get shots up. Smith's really trying to work around the full court pressure.
Lewis puts it up, and it's going to be the first foul of the game for the Seawolves. And we'll see some 2 shots coming into the game now for SMCC's Bailey Whitney.
That's her first, team's first. Now entering for the Seawolves, number 12, Bailey Whitney.
2 shots of the line coming up for Jordan Lewis. All 5 points so far for the Seawolves. First one's up and good. All 6 points from Lewis so far. Okay, no spectators allowed here, so it's pretty quiet on these free throws, Zach. as we learned last year doing our games for Thornton Academy. Second shot's up, no good. 1 for 1 for the line. 6-5 lead for the Bobcats early on here.
Bobcats are doing a good job keeping the momentum, but you can see the SMCC defense and offensive ball movement really being dominant here in the first few minutes.
A good block by McFeeters. Near side, I should say far side, goes in. Open for a deep 3. It's going to be up and no good off the back rim by Kyla Greenleaf, and rebound by Paul Smith College.
Greenleaf has missed 2 threes today, unfortunately, but SMCC is definitely trying to hit the deep ball. Paul Smith does have the lead by 1.
Yep. 6-5. Running through their motion offense. Good cut in the middle. Nice shot, turnaround shot by Bailey Whitney, her first bucket of the game. And a lead there for the Seawolves. 30-second timeout coming for the Bobcats. We'll take a break here. We'll be back at 7-6 Seawolves here on the SMCC Sports Network.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC. It's time.
Welcome back to the Hub. As we can see, the coming up next schedule for the Seawolves. Busy time over the next few days. Games basically, they don't have a game for about a week or so, but coming up after that, they have a game every 2 days basically, including a big one against NHTI coming up as well on February 2nd. Right now, though, find themselves in a tight game. Again, the first time these 2 teams played, it was a 51-point win by SMCC, but right now it's just a 1-point lead here with 5:19 to go in the first quarter. Again, high pressure here from the Seawolves, and they're starting to benefit from that as they cause another turnover. Great play by Hannah Richards as she forces the turnover in the backcourt. And it'll be Seawolves ball here, and a little momentum shifting here, Zach, over the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, you can see Paul Smith keeping up the first few minutes, but SMCC really being aggressive and starting to pay off with just about 5 minutes to go.
Kind of a tough pass there by Matheson, but a good play again by Richards as she puts it off of Lewis. That should be Seawolves ball, and it is. Good call by the officials. And head coach Josh Clemens doesn't agree for Paul Smith College, but good angle there. Very active hands by Hannah Richards so far on both sides. That shot is up by Greenleaf. That's no good. Rebound comes to the Bobcats. And here they come. It's been a little time since they had any points. Jordan Lewis, all 6 points here for Paul Smiths. And keeping very high pressure. 4:40 to go first quarter. 7-6 Seawolves lead Paul Smith College. It's going to be out of play. And it's going to go to SMCC. So again, 7-6, Jeff Christianberry, Zach Tarenko here. Coming into the front court. Three ball's going to be from the far side. It's going to be off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. No, it's going to be taken out by Paul Smith College as they'll bring it back the other way. Three ball has been hit or miss so far for the Seawolves. They have won, but as we see Chelsea Pope in the game for the first time for the Bobcats.
That is one of the reasons why SMCC hasn't been able to take away from the Bobcats so far, is because unfortunately, it's just not have been able to capitalize on those three-point shots.
Absolutely. It's going to be out of play. Stay with the Seawolves. Again, they're going right to left on your screen here in this first quarter, and first half, I should say. Again, a pass there that's almost intercepted there by Paul Smith College.
Been a few almost turnovers here in the last few minutes by both teams.
That's going to be a deep three. That's going to be off the mark. Doesn't hit anything from Richards, and that's going to be out of play and go to the Seawolves. So the shot clock is running down, Zach, and they weren't able to get a great shot off there.
Yeah, Matty York tried to keep it in at the end there, but just out of bounds, and Paul Smith will get possession here.
Again, still high pressure there from the Seawolves. This time Paul Smith's able to break it. Comes down the other way. Falls down, no call yet from the officials. And that's going to be an offensive foul going the other way. Big opportunities here for Paul Smith to get back the lead, Zach, but they haven't been able to get that one bucket.
There's still some time here to go in the first quarter. There's some time to capitalize on these shots, but so far they've just been off the mark, and this is what is keeping Paul Smith in the game.
3:20 to go, first quarter. Still 7-6, a little low-scoring affair here so far. Again, intercepted, or should I say dropped, and picked up by Pope. And here comes Paul Smith again, trying to get that lead. Get over that hump right now. Jordan Lewis, all 6 points. 3 of 2 and a free throw. Good pass inside, up and in. Chelsea Pope with her first bucket of the game. Nice play by Lewis with the assist.
Great job by Lewis to dish to her teammate. She's been trying to keep the pressure and work in by herself, but saw her teammate made the crucial pass, and they get the lead right back.
Another deep three, and that's going to be good by Hannah Richards. Her first three ball, her first points of the game. Biggest lead of the game is 10-8. That's going to be a travel. It's going to go back the other way. So kind of a back-and-forth affair. Again, just 2:25 to go. SMCC came in 74 points a game. I see that deep three on the replay from Richards. She had a few of those attempts here today. That was the first one that went down, though, for her. From the far side, another three ball. Up and no good, but the nice rebound is by Richards. But that shot's no good. Uncontested shot from a little bit inside the elbow. But it's no good. Here comes Paul Smith. Just about the 2-minute mark. And that's going to be an offensive foul by Lewis. And 50-50 call there, Zach. I mean, was there much contact there? Not sure, but that's the modern game, and in every level we see it. They're going to call that offensive foul every time.
Exactly. Great job by Richards, though, to try and draw that offensive foul. Really, maybe even putting a little bit more extra into the fall, but that's what got the foul and gives them back the ball as the turnover there by Lexi T-Bridge for the Seawolves.
So Paul Smith still down by 2. Dangerous pass in, but able to get away with it. Another dangerous cross-court pass, but again it finds its target. Settles. This ball's going to be a little too far for Jastic Ellaby, and here comes the Seawolves up by 2. 1:30 to go first quarter here at the Hub. Another three going up for Richards, and that one also is good. Hannah Richards, her second three of the game. And again, the biggest lead of the game, 13-8. And look at Richards again. Steals the ball, throws it. They go flying into the Bobcats bench. Let's see if they can take advantage. Another three coming up from Richards. And another one hits. Richards is hot on both sides of the floor. And all of a sudden, it's a 16-8 lead with just a minute to go here in the first. And what a display by Richards on both sides here, Zach, in the last few minutes.
Yeah, Richards has been the key to SMCC coming back and taking the lead, especially, and getting back into their three-point shooting. Struggling in the early parts to get those shots to go, and Richards made 3 straight. The lead is now up to 8 for the Seawolves.
That's 4 threes in the quarter for the Seawolves, 3 of them again by Richards. Again, she's just a freshman guard from Old Town High School from Bradley, Maine. Pre-nursing minor. She'll take a seat on the bench. Well-deserved rest with just 44 seconds to go in the first. Cross-court pass into Gray. Gray goes up, no good. No call. A little bit of contact there, but mostly ball. Here comes odd man rush the other way. Kind of a Euro step almost. Shot is up and missed. No good. Fighting for the rebound. It'll be picked up by Greenleaf. Back up for another 3. That one's going to be no good by Maddie York. And rebound by the Bobcats. Here they come. 20 seconds to go. In the lane. I'm going to call another offensive foul. It's the 3rd offensive foul call against the Bobcats in this quarter. And a good opportunity there for Paul Smith College to get back to within 6 points. Goes by the wayside.
Even with the offensive foul calls on Paul Smith, I would say really for the total count, only 5 combined for both teams. It's pretty low. A lot of back and forth play, and as we said, a decent amount of turnovers. Teams just kind of trying to get their hands in there and tip the ball out.
Under 10 seconds to go. See what they can do. Another deep 3 coming up for the Seawolves, and another one falls for Ashley Matheson. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Great way to end for the Seawolves. They hit 5 threes in the quarter with a huge run at the end, and they lead 19-8 at the end of the first. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back for the second quarter here in the SMCC Sports Network.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different.
Back at the Hub on a frigid day outside here in South Portland, but a nice, comfortable 70 degrees inside and comfortable from three-point land there as we see the replay, the last shot here for the Seawolves, their 5th 3 of the quarter. That's Matheson, nothing but net there to give them a 19-8 lead. As it was very close for most of that quarter, but a huge run there for the Seawolves. The first shot's up and no good. That shot was by Flanders. And here comes Paul Smith College. Zach, what do you think Paul Smith talked about in that timeout, trying to get back in the game and not letting these big runs go?
Well, yeah, the coach of Paul Smith definitely wanted some more calls there on some fouls, but didn't get them. So he's telling his team to be prepared to play aggressive and play through a lot of strong defense. They need to move the ball and try to get as many shots up as they can. Should I get some points to get back in this game?
Shot clock was low. Had to throw up that shot. No good. Here come the Seawolves. Really trying to push the pace here. Then cut out for 3. In the lane was T-Burge. She gets the ball back and puts it up for 2. Lexi T-Burge gets her first 2 of the game. (21-8) now. It's 11-0 run. Actually, more than that. It's a 13-0 run. 14-0 run. It was 8-7 last time Paul Smith scored. And the 3 barrage began for SMCC. 8:45 to go in the first half. Looking inside into double coverage. She gets the ball out. Excellent play. Gets the ball to Shannon McFeeters. She gets her first bucket of the game, and that was a strong, smart play by Jayla Gray, who was double covered. Got the ball off to an open man. In for 2, and they finally stopped the bleeding, but still trail 21-10.
Good job by Paul Smith to get some points on the board.
Another 3 by Matheson.
Timeout taken by the Bobcats.
Okay, we'll take that break here. It's 24-10 Seawolves on the SMCC Sports Network.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
Back in action here, and it's again a 3 barrage from the SMCC Seawolves. 3 threes apiece for Hannah Richards and Ashley Matheson. 9 points each for them. And is Matheson hitting the first one of the game, and she's hit the last 2 right on the other each side of the break after the first quarter. And 24-10. It looks like the Seawolves again, Zach, are pushing the pressure in the backcourt, and how do you think that's really helped them get some momentum going the other way?
Yeah, they're giving the ball right to Richards. They know she's going to hit it. She's confident with the ball, and she's hitting her shots, and they're not giving Paul Smith any life. Paul Smith gets a basket, and they hit a 3 right back. They're definitely trying to work more offensively and keeping the defensive pace, and Paul Smith is trying to slow it down, really working all in transition in that first quarter, but still the Seawolves hold a strong, dominant lead over the Bobcats.
Ellaby missed that shot. Down the other way, coast to coast goes Richards. No good, but back up for the rebound is Mariah Parker, and she has her first bucket of the game. 26-10 now. Again, about 2/3 of the way through. It's a 5-second call. Paul Smith right now is still struggling, trying to break that pressure. And again, when you look back at maybe 3 minutes ago in that first quarter, it was a 1-point lead for Paul Smith, and since then, it's been all Seawolves. 3 ball up by Richards, no good. Rebound on the far side by T-Burge. Puts it inside, no good. A little too far underneath the basket, but she gets her own rebound, and Bailey Whitney gets her second bucket of the game, and it's up to 28-10 now. That's going to be a walk there by the Bobcats, and right now, just struggling. They've had a couple timeouts to try to calm it down, but it hasn't worked, as we're going to see T-Burge take the ball out.
It's hard to play strong, controlled basketball when you're down by 18 points, and you played a game similar to this where you just don't want to be down this early. They're trying to get back into the game and get as many shots up as they can, but the Seawolves are giving them no life.
Oh, so 3 balls up, no good. Here comes the Bobcats. Lewis scored most of the points so far for Paul Smith College. It's going to be offensive foul again. She kind of threw out that left arm as she was dribbling in. A good call by the official. 4th offensive foul of the game for the Bobcats. And again, the Seawolves taking advantage of those opportunities.
Seawolves now trying to extend their lead. It is 18, the largest of the game.
Good dribble inside, off to Bailey Whitney. Another 2 for her. She's got 6. 30-10 now. Just threw it in the middle of the court. Nobody really there, but somehow on the other end is her teammate, and she was down. I think she stepped on the end line, slipped down a little bit, and it will be
Substitution for the Bobcats, number 32.
Seawolves ball. Chelsea Pope coming into the game again for the Bobcats. 5'5" senior from Mount Upton, New York. The deep 3, she's going to take that? No, she's going to give that one up. Good ball movement, far side. Pickering.
The Bobcats are trying to stay on top of Richards, who's sitting near the 3-point line right now.
Long 2 is up and no good. Pickering gets the rebound, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Jayla Gray. 6 minutes to go in the first half. It's all Seawolves here since about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter as they lead 30-10 here in the SMCC Sports Network. The ball drives, bodies flying all over the place, but it comes right to Avriel Fletcher, who's actually 33. She's wearing 32, but so she has 4 points now, Fletcher.
Richards picking up by Lewis.
Ball's going to be up. That's going to be a travel violation. One of the only turnovers so far of the game for the Seawolves. Again, the men's game will come shortly after this one. Scheduled time 3 o'clock start. A block in the backcourt, and it's kind of interesting, Zach. That's the first foul we've seen kind of in the backcourt, even though there's been so much pressure. They've done a great job of being high energy pressure, but not committing too many fouls.
Exactly, and lots of offensive foul calls called on Paul Smith College. I got to get a...
Not sure what the call there was. Was that official? Oh, 3. They were just making sure that it was the right person to get called for the foul. Under 5.5 minutes to go. 30-12. It's an errant pass going to be picked up by the Seawolves, but I think it's going to be a foul, yes, by Lewis. She impeded the fast break there for the Seawolves going the other way, so be a foul. Right now, foul situation 2 for 2 called on Bobcats, 1 on the Seawolves, as Seawolves trying to bring in 4 substitutions, and now they will. Coming in is Tara Flanders, Maddie York, Matheson, and Greenleaf.
So one thing I've seen in this game is that the Seawolves try to substitute in masses, almost a full lineup change at one time, and so far hasn't really been an issue and seems to be working.
Well, right now they have 9, we didn't talk about it before, 9 players in uniform for the Seawolves and only 7 players in uniform for Paul Smith College, so we might see a lot of subs, and everyone's played so far. That's a deep 3 by Lewis. She hit one of those early in the game. That one's no good. Back the other way. So we'll see if fatigue is any factor for either team. That ball is up, and that's going to be short. And it's going to stay Seawolves basketball.
And that was Fletcher trying to keep it in and could not.
3 ball up and good. Matheson, her 4th three-pointer of the half. 12 points for her. And it's now 33-12.
Look at the score so far and how the Seawolves have gotten their points, and most of it's from the three-point line. At this point, the Bobcats really need to start trying to track those guards in Matheson and Richards out near the three-point line, because they will shoot. And so far, they've made almost all of them.
7 threes in the half for the Seawolves. It's going to be a great defensive play by Flanders. She comes down. Good defense by the Bobcats, but she just sits, turns, gets her own rebound, puts it up off the rim, no good. Second opportunity, third opportunity finally goes in for Flanders. 4 points for her. Baseball pass going the other way, finds its target, 35-12. Nice step around the defense, but the shot doesn't hit any glass. It's up and no good, and here come the Seawolves back the other way with their 23-point lead. Just about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Ball goes inside. Good ball movement. Goes outside. May get away with the travel a little bit there, but either way, the shot's up and no good and rebounded by the Bobcats.
We've seen Ellaby, Gray, and Lewis play the entirety of the first half so far.
Bobcat goes down on the far side. Lewis, she gets slow to get up, but she's okay. Another fast break opportunity. Baseline jumper is up and good for Maddie York. Her first 2 points. 7 different Seawolves on the score sheet now. 3 minutes to go, 37-12, and now we're going to see another en masse, as you say, a substitution as 4 more Seawolves will come back in. Basically everybody who's available on the bench.
Substitutions for the Seawolves, number 11,
T-Burge, Richards, Pickering, and Whitney coming back. Ashley Matheson leads all scorers with 12 points, all from the three-point line so far. Lewis still leads the Bobcats with 6 points, but she hasn't had any points really since early in that first quarter as we approach halftime. 3 ball from the far side is up and no good, but an offensive rebound unblocked out in the middle was up and no good by T-Burge. And Jayla Gray comes down with that one, and she will pass it up on the outlet pass. Here comes Lewis.
The intensity from the Bobcats has seemingly just gone away here. Unfortunately, down by this many points, it's hard to stay in it.
Yeah, it's tough, and they're really only running a 6-person rotation as well, too, so you just know that it's going to be some fatigue here sitting in. 3 ball coming up on a second chance opportunity. That's up and no good. Rebound, that's where you're seeing it, Zach. You're seeing the offensive rebounds much more apparent here for the Seawolves, as that three is up and no good as well. But another offensive rebound. That ball's up, and that one falls.
Alexis Thurber, 2.
That was T-Burge for another 2. She's got 4 points now. 39-12. 1:45 to go, and still the Seawolves with the high pressure. Relentless pressure here so far, all half.
Great defense inside there on Fletcher.
Outlet pass.
Lewis stepping back, but T-Burge not giving her any space. And Lewis will get to shoot 2.
Seawolves foul number 24, Maddie York.
Your second time at that line in this game.
And not too many free throws for either team, really. Just a handful of fouls. Both teams only have 2 called fouls here in this quarter. As we'll see, Lewis. 1 for 2 at the line so far. First one's up and good. A substitution issue there.
Now entering the Bobcats, number 22.
Shannon McFeeters comes in. She's got 2 points. Second free throw coming up. 1:23 to go. A 26-point lead for the Seawolves.
Lewis hits this.
Is it the second? Yep, she's 3 out of 4 from the line. 39-14. Seawolves a comfortable margin here. Shot goes up. Deep 3 is up and good. Another 3 from Hannah Richards. Her and Matheson are having a contest here. Who can get most threes? Both of them have 4 each in this half. 100 minutes to go now, 42-14.
Seems like whenever Richards get the ball at the three-point line, I say in my head she's going to hit it, and I watch that ball just hit the net and go right through.
Yeah, most of her threes have been swishes here, so she's not leaving any doubt. It's going to be a blocking foul on the Seawolves. I think that was on the floor. 100 minutes to go here in the half.
This 28-point lead is the biggest of the game.
Deep 3 by Lewis. Off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound is going to be won by Fletcher. Shot up goes no good, though. Back the other way comes the Seawolves. 40 seconds to go. Richards gives the ball up. Pickering for 3, no good. As they turn the ball over in the backcourt. And they will settle here. They could just take this down. The shot clock is off, basically. Last 15 seconds of the half. Slow start for the Seawolves, but it's been great since then. A deep 3 again. Shot is up, no good. That one was by T-Burge. And it's going to be out of bounds as they'll get one more chance here with 4.2 seconds to go here in the half.
Great first half here from the Seawolves.
First half of our doubleheader here. Men's basketball to come after this. 3, one more time. That's off the rim. No good. Rebound to Fletcher. So again, the Seawolves start off slowly. It was an 8-7 lead for Paul Smith College, but after that, it's all Seawolves as they lead 42-14 at the half. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some thoughts in a few minutes here on the SMCC Sports Network.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
See where you're really at against everybody. really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of an organization like the USCA.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time. It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
NCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of an organization like the USCA.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time. It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just a fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like the USCAA.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time. It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to peak. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
country's team. This kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good. Like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of organizations like USCA.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time. It's time to think smarter about school. It's time to get the education and the professional connections you need in a program that's affordable. It's time to work in your field while you get an education. SMCC, it's time. It's time to build. Time to set a new direction. Time to get the skills and hands-on experience for the trade you want to pursue. Time to make a dream come true. SMCC, it's time.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England,
And welcome back to the Hub on the campus of Southern Maine Community College as the Seawolves women's team is all over Paul Smith College Bobcats right now. Score 42-14. I'm Jeff Christenberry and bring in Thornton Academy junior Zach Taranko on color today. So Zach, that first quarter back and forth action, the Bobcats actually led for a lot of that first quarter, got to an 8-7 lead, and then all of a sudden a huge run by Southern Maine Community College, scoring 14 unanswered points and then really running off. I can't do the math really quickly, but basically like a 35-6 run there to end the half. What did you see from the Seawolves that really kind of spurned their big advantage there in the second quarter?
Well, there was two big things. It starts with the three-point shots and the work outside the three-point line from Richards and Matheson, really hitting their shots, taking the confidence to really work and get those shots up, and that really pushed that run by the Seawolves, as well as the offensive rebounds. You could see Paul Smith really not having a lot of work inside on the rebounding job defensively. So they were getting inside, they were getting rebounds, they're getting extra shots up, and that really also led to more points. And I think it also another big part of that was from the Paul Smith end, which was the turnovers. Paul quarter, so the Seawolves really took over, getting the ball and getting turnovers and getting those points off of turnovers. And
it definitely was, and again, leading scores there, lots of three balls there. Hannah Richards with 12 points, as did Ashley Matheson, 12 for the Seawolves, 6 points for Bailey Whitney, 4 points for Lexi Teberge, 4 points for Tara Flanders, and 2 points apiece for Maddie York and Araya Parker. So lots of different scores for the Seawolves as we start the second half, and it's going to be the Paul Smith College Bobcats in their black uniforms, green numbers, and yellow trim, going right to left on your screen in this half offensively. As we get back under action, and the Seawolves are going left to right in their white uniforms.
And Lewis leading the charge for Paul Smith College. Really wants to start off here. Unfortunately, that's a turnover by the Bobcats.
Again, the Bobcats do have a lot fewer players here, just 7 in uniform, 6 of them only in the rotation. 3 chances there. Bucket is up and good for Bailey Whitney. She's up to 8 points now. And more of the same so far here in the first minute, or 30 seconds, I should say. Offensive rebounds and turnovers hurting the Bobcats. That ball is up, and that's going to be off the rim. Offensive rebound. Good block there inside. And that'll be Seawolves' ball.
Another great start defensively for the Seawolves.
3 ball from the near side. That only kisses the rim on the front rim and rebound by the Bobcats. So really, they just need a nice run here. But they're still keeping the pace up, which is interesting, Zach, considering they're such short-handed. The ball goes, though. Second chance, up and good. That's going to be Keely Van Valkenburg, best name on the roster for either side. I love that name. First points for her. And again, a lead this big, it's, you're managing expectations. That ball's going to go up and good. I didn't get a number on that one, Zach. Did you?
I did. That was number 12 for the Seawolves.
Bailey Whitney. Okay, that's what I thought. 4th point already for Whitney here in the second.
And that was a good job by Greenleaf.
Second half.
Who was sitting on the outside of the 3-point line and pulled Gray out from the paint. And Whitney just made the cut inside. Great pass. That's all the Seawolves have been doing, is making great passes and moving the ball well and getting some great offensive points.
30-point lead here for the Seawolves. Third quarter action. Deep 3 from the near side. It's going to be nothing but air there from Greenleaf. We've seen a couple of those from the Seawolves, but they certainly hit their fair share. Richards inside. Nice scoop shot. Just a little too hard off the glass. And the rebound for Paul Smith's College. Kind of mentioned before, Paul Smith, so you look at their roster, quite interesting. So, the SMCC, that ball's going to go out of play. Turnover by Paul Smith's College. If you look at at SMCC, almost everybody is from Maine. There's a couple New Hampshire and one from Connecticut. Paul Smith's College is all over the map. They have Crystal, New Mexico, Bloomfield, New York, Smithfield, Virginia, West Winfield, New York, Springfield, Virginia. Another 3 ball there for the Seawolves. They go back up there by 33. It's going to be up and no good.
I get to go to the line. It'll be Fletcher at the line. First time at the line in the game.
And Paul Smith's College is from Paul Smith's, New York. Did you know that existed before prepping for this game?
No, and to be honest with you, I would have assumed. I took a guess that it was in New York, looking at the roster, seeing there were a few.
More New York than anything else, yeah.
But I was thinking. I don't know. I was thinking there was going to be some town that I had known of. I know some towns up there because I have some family, but I had no idea Paul Smith's New York. But that's a good way to name a college. Just take it off the town.
Second one's up, and that one's good by Fletcher. She's got 5. 49-17. Far side 3 ball is up, and that's no good. That's going to be a foul on the Seawolves.
That was an unlucky 3, just in and out. Very close to going in.
Second foul of the quarter, as you heard.
And Lewis now trying to take her time. Really not trying to go super fast.
Oh, we got the 10-second violation. That's one thing when you get the shot clock. Very easy for the officials to know when 10 seconds has elapsed. You just look at the shot clock, and I understand the theory of going a little bit slower. You don't want to increase the game here when you're down and short-handed there, but you don't want to go that slower to get a 10-second violation. But another turnover there for Paul Smith's College.
Those are the little mistakes that Paul Smith has made that have allowed the Seawolves to be so dominant in this game.
Good job getting back there. She's going to stop and pop. That's going to be off the front rim, but great job by Greenleaf and Matheson getting back on defense there to force that shot. Matheson thinks twice about shooting. Inside, off the glass, up and in. Bailey Whitney, 6 points here in the third quarter. She had 6 in the first half altogether, and you're going to see the mass subs coming in for the Seawolves, all 4. Girls who are on the bench are coming in shortly.
Whitney's doing a great job in the paint today for the Seawolves. She is the tallest player on her team and doing a great job to get inside and making all of her shots.
That is a fantastic pass by Jordan Lewis and finds Fletcher, who's now up to 7 points. It's going to be timeout on the floor. It's 51-19, 6:13 to go third quarter. We'll be right back here on the SMCC Sports Network.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time. for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time.
Boy, that ad makes SMCC look so nice, and probably taken in May or June sometime where it's nice and green outside. It's nothing but white today outside here. High temperature of around 11 today. Wouldn't want to be in Orchard Park, New York tonight, I don't think.
Yeah.
As much as I want to see the Patriots win tonight, I don't know if I'd want to sit. That's the reason those tickets were so cheap. Going for 30 or 40 bucks on the secondary market. Who wants to sit in negative 15 wind chill all night?
Yeah.
Not me.
I've heard this is peak season of skiing for Maine, and Saddleback Mountain up in Rangeley is temperatures of negative 15, but with the wind chill feels like negative 35.
It's nothing. That's why you wear all that fancy ski gear they overpriced for. Turnover there by SMCC, and it'll be Paul Smith College getting going, still with just the 19 points. Again, first time these two teams played, it was just 4 days ago, 96-45, the victory in Katie Stenard's 100th victory. She's looking well in hand for her 101st victory. It's going to be a jump ball. 74 points a game for SMCC. They're well on their way to that. As again, that first quarter, low scoring for both teams.
Possession Bobcats.
First tie-up we've seen in quite a while. Bobcats will get the ball as they're going to be checking that. I don't know if that was the correct possession arrow. Just finishing before, so again, you had Sherman, you have New Mexico, New York, Virginia, Texas, and of course someone from Barstow, California, and New York as well from Paul Smith College. And more of a New England flair for the SMCC Seawolves.
And it looks like they're going to give possession to the Seawolves. I think jump ball will go SMCC way.
Well, possession arrow mess up, no big deal. Moving around the perimeter.
Few less three-point shots here in the third quarter so far.
Well, at this point, you want to work on some of your offense, too. You're not going to be able to shoot as many threes against every team. That shot comes up no good. We'll go over some of the upcoming games here for the Seawolves as the game progresses here in the second half. That's going to be a jump ball, actually. Great play there by Fletcher. She's played well. She's had 7 points in this game. A couple good defensive plays as well. And that possession arrow goes right back the other way.
Lewis now going to go a little faster than that last time. Don't want to get another 10-second violation call.
Yeah, right now, SMCC came into this game second in the conference, in the Yankee Small College Conference. That shot goes up, no good. Tied with Central Maine Community College at both 5-1. Also, UMaine Augusta is 5-1 in the conference. Paul Smith College down there near the bottom at 2-4. Far side three is no good. Good save, but I think her foot hit the line. And that's going to stay here with the Seawolves as, again, low-scoring third quarter for both teams here. Still, though, a comfortable 32-point lead for the women in white. Three ball, up, no good. Shot was by Lexi T-Burge. It's going to be out of play again. Stays with the Seawolves. Again, if you're interested in some of the men's game, we'll have that game here for you. Start time is slated for 3 o'clock. Zach and I will be here for that one as well, and we'll have a familiar face on that team, Jack Pazinski from Thornton Academy. We'll talk more about that when the men's game progresses. Right now, it's the women's team looking to get to 11-2 on the season. 3-second violation, first one of the game there. So, again, not too much scoring here, Zach, for the third quarter. What would you say is the biggest key for that? Do you think SMCC's taking the foot off the gas a little bit, or just a natural flow of the game?
Well, I think a little bit of both. I think, to be honest with you, I think SMCC does not want to take their foot off the gas here. That's how you give up your lead and the game gets a little closer. But I think it's also them, as you said, trying to work on a little bit of some new plays and things that they could use for later in the season. And that way it's become sort of the natural flow of the game for this to kind of slow down and just be some back-and-forth play.
On the other side, we saw the first points of the game from Jayla Gray. She's been very active on the offensive and defensive rebound side, but that was her first points of the game. 30-point lead, 3:49 to go third quarter. Jeff Christomer with Zach Taranko here at the hub. Again, officials conferring, and it goes to dead silence here in the gym. Far side. Good penetration. Good look near side. She had an open look, did T-Bird. She gave it up, and it's going to go off a foot and out of bounds. So T-Bird could have had a chance at a 3 there. She didn't have one made. I don't believe that SMCC has – they have 1 3 made this half. That's it. So they had – how many? Just said 8 in the first half, so not a hot shooting.
Tara Flanders is such a great player, but that play right there, the vision she had to penetrate inside and then find one of her players in the corner. That's why she's such a pivotal part of this team for the Seawolves.
That's a turnover there from Lewis, and just a little too much dribbling there. Trying to get around somebody, end up falling down, and held ball goes the way of the Seawolves. That's one of those. That's the way how it goes. We don't see any held balls the whole first half, and then we see 3 in the last minute and a half or so of gameplay. And here comes a 4th. What can you say here? Possession arrow getting a workout here in the third quarter. 3:17 to go.
The turnover is starting to rack up for the Bobcats. They had 9 in the first half and now 4 just in this third quarter. That's 13 total. SMCC is at 5 total in the game and only 1 in this quarter.
Not many fouls, though, for either team. Only 3 total fouls between the two, so I don't think any individual players in foul trouble either. Out of play. Stay with the Bobcats.
That's the type of game we've seen here. Not a lot of fouls, just back and forth play, and there have been times where the Seawolves have just hit, in that second quarter, hit 3 after 3, and then just getting the ball back. Nice move there by Ellaby as she gets the basket to fall. First points in a little while for the Bobcats.
Back the other way. 4 subs coming in for them. So note on Jordan Lewis, again, looking at, doing high school games, basically everybody we broadcast for is from the local area and get to see a lot here in the college game. And, Jordan Lewis from Navajo Pine High School in Crystal, New Mexico. Pretty interesting.
Some new places.
And I've never been to New Mexico before, but flown over it a few times. Deep 3 coming up. No good. Offensive rebound by the Seawolves. That was Maddie York. That's another deep 3. No good there. Inside. And I think. And shot clock mistake there. Should be at 13 seconds. I think they didn't reset it after a quick shot that didn't hit anything. 2:27 to go. That ball's going to be, I think it was deflected off the inbound, so no one really knew what it was, and the Seawolves end up getting a hold of it. Deep 3 coming up, and it's good. Hannah Richards is back at it here in the second half. Another 3 ball. That's her 5th 3 of the game. 15 points. That's a team high. 54-23 with just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Deep 3 from Lewis is no good. Rebound, Richards. Here she comes again. Rested off the bench. And attacking. Stutter step dribble goes inside. A little bit wild shot. No good. Here comes Paul Smith College the other way. It's going to be kept in by Lewis. Incredible play. She goes flying. And they can reset here. 20 seconds to go on the shot clock. Lewis has been all over the floor tonight, Zach. She's been scoring a lot, but also hustling everywhere she can. Good inside pass. It's going to be up and just no good. Rebound up and off the glass by Jayla Gray, her 4th point. Another good offensive rebound by the Bobcats and showing some life here in the third.
Yeah, we've seen Jayla Gray and Lewis be more active both on offense and on defense in this third quarter. And Lewis trying to find some teammates and get some passes going, and Gray working inside in the paint.
Richards left alone. That one 3/4 of the way down. A rebound is up and no good by Whitney. And here come the Bobcats the other way just over a minute to go now in the third. Keeping themselves respectable here in the third quarter. Are the Bobcats down by just under 30 now. Baseline jumper. No good. That was by Van Valkenburg. That ball's up and good.
Great pass from Lewis there to Fletcher underneath.
Fletcher now with 9 points. I believe that's a team high. Sophomore forward from Ovid, New York, South Seneca High School. That ball's up, and that's good from Lexi T-Burge. 6 points for her. 30 seconds to go now.
Good job by T-Burge to get inside, drive the lane. And keeping this lead right now is 29.
It's going to be tipped out, and I think it's going to stay with the Bobcats with 9 seconds to go in the shot clock. 13.4. We're going to see a replay on the last 3 ball. This comes near sides. Richard just giving her too much space there. Lewis gave her some space, and Richard's going to take that shot every time. Steele coming back the other way. It's going to be a foul and some free throws. Banging into the doors to the lobby. Seems to be all right. Was Lewis. Lewis has covered every single inch of this floor, and even then some on the outside. That's how much she's hustled today for the Bobcats.
She had a couple plays where she's dove and really tried to keep the ball on, but doing all that work has helped Paul Smiths as much, and doing all that she can. As Whitney is at the line.
That shot's up and no good. 9.4 to go in the half. Or excuse me, the third quarter, I should say. That is up and good. 1 of 2 for Whitney. She's got 7 points in this quarter alone. 30-point lead for the Seawolves.
And what's astonishing to me is that even at this point in the game, we've talked about, maybe the Seawolves taking off the pressure, but still picking up that full court at the end of the third quarter.
All right, well, end of 3 here, and the Seawolves are still all over the Bobcats. It's 57-27. We'll come back for the fourth quarter here on the SMCC Sports Network.
When I first came to SMCC, my plan was to just be here for 2 years and then leave to go get a bachelor's degree. Originally, I was looking for information technology. While I was here for open house, I learned about the cybersecurity degree and immediately went to admissions to change my major to cybersecurity. Aside from the obvious, SMCC is very beautiful, and that makes it a really good place. It's also the lowest tuition in New England, and that was really helpful for me and my family. Now I actually work at SMCC. I was fortunate enough to get hired into the IT department. I still plan on moving on to get a bachelor's degree, but for the time being, SMCC is giving me all I need.
SMCC, it's time.
Back for the fourth quarter here from the Hub on the campus of Southern Maine Community College. I'm Jeff Christenberry with Thornton Academy junior Zach Tarenko. We've had a great game here from the Seawolves as they lead the Paul Smith College Bobcats by 30, a score of 57-27. Again, just to reset some of the stats from today, or at least the coming-in stats. 10-2 were the Seawolves with 5-1 in the conference. Paul Smith College 4-4, 2-4 in the conference. Again, these two teams played 4 days ago. A big win, 96-45 by the Seawolves. I don't think they'll match that point total here today, but it was a slow start for them in the first quarter. Again, an 8-7 lead with about 3.5 minutes to go in that first quarter. And then all of a sudden, the Ashley Matheson and Hannah Richards show began, the 3 show, I should say. They had each 4 3-pointers in that first half, and Richards has added another one here in the second half, as she is the leading scorer of this team at 14.4 points a game. First one is up and good for Kayla Greenleaf, her first points of the second half. Men's game to follow. 2 for 2 at the line.
SMCC's done a great job to be consistent, scoring throughout this game, not really having any droughts or struggles, either on the offensive side or the defensive side. And they've kept with it. You said maybe not the same amount of points as that last game versus the Bobcats, but still a great game all around for the Seawolves.
Back the other way, and that's going to be nothing, I guess. Interesting. She lost the handle, picked it up. I guess it's a call you don't really care missing a 32-point advantage. It's going to be thrown around, up and in. T-Birds again, another 2-pointer. She's got 4 in the half, and 8 for the game.
Lewis now taking her time. Near midcourt, trying to drive inside.
Far side. And she falls down. That's going to be a travel violation. 8:52 to go.
Now entering the Seawolves, number 25, Mariah Parker, and number 15.
2 subs for the Seawolves. Matheson. Back in for the Seawolves. As we see Richards now inside to Whitney, and then back up top. Richards, the deep three. Will not fall. Whitney then back out into the corner to York. The three-pointer from Matheson is good. Matheson hits another one and extends the lead for the Seawolves.
It's now 5 threes each from Richards and Matheson today. It's the only points they have, too. They have nothing but threes today. Both have 15 points.
LB trying to stop and shoot there. I believe it was tipped and will go wide. Will be Seawolves ball. And we'll see
Just a little bit as we get some subs in here. The next few games coming up here on the schedule. On the 17th, they play NHTI at 11:30 a.m. That's Monday. Then they play Great Bay on the 21st. And on the 22nd, they play BS Albany at 4 p.m. Upcoming schedule here. So nice, busy schedule coming up for the Seawolves.
Richards inside to Whitney. Gray not pick her up. There's Pickering in the corner. Richards switches over to Matheson. And the shot here from Parker off the mark. Richards is trying to go through. That one's taken away. And will be a good shot there from Lewis. She got her first basket in a while. We'll see a timeout here by the Bobcats. We'll take a break here and be back for the rest of the fourth quarter on the SMCC Sports Network.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. It's time to get the support and education you need, and the experience that gives you the edge. It's time to master the business skills that lead to a successful career. SMCC, it's time.
And we are back with just about 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. This great game between the Maine Community College Seawolves and the Paul Smith College Bobcats. It will be the Seawolves ball. That'll be Richards will inbound to Matheson. One of the troubles here today for the Bobcats was the limited amount of players coming off the bench, only one sub.
It's definitely played a factor. It played a factor in that late second quarter where Southern Maine is making that run, and really the Seawolves just really struggled on the the Bobcats struggled on the offensive glass.
Corner three from Pickering. Off the rim will not go. Rebound by Madison. Pass to Whitney. Whitney on yet another basket. Great job to find Whitney with the cut inside.
9 points for Whitney here in the in the half. 15 for the game. So we have 3 players, all with 15 points for the Seawolves. Nice balanced attack.
Lewis picked up by Richards. And Lewis will take a corner three. Will not go. Rebound. Matheson. Staying up to the line. We'll give off to Whitney. Then in the corner for Richards. Richards three. Will not fall. But nice rebound by Pickering. And then turning around, puts a shot up and it will fall.
Oh, one more difficult quality attempts there for the Seawolves of today. And it falls. And now that lead is almost up to 40 now. So nice little run here for the Seawolves. Push the lead even further.
And Lewis will turn the ball over. Here come the Seawolves. Now up the floor, Matheson. Richards driving inside. Nice pass underneath to Pickering. Pickering gets to go. Pickering a couple baskets here in the last few minutes. Great job by the Seawolves on the offensive side. Their lead is now 41.
Every player who's in uniform today has scored for the Seawolves. That's a pretty cool accomplishment.
Here is Richards. Driving will go up.
Ooh.
Blocked by Van Valkenburg. But it will be a foul.
Yeah, let's see the... that was a 50-50 call there, I'll say, Zach. I thought it was pretty much all ball. Maybe got her with the body a little bit there. See the replay. Nice pass underneath, as we saw from Pickering getting that last bucket. I want to thank Jeff Schools. Great job on the producer side here today. A lot going on, obviously. Free throws coming up. First one's no good.
One of the things I see about Shea Pickering is a similar play style to Sarah Talon, who we see currently at Wyndham. Likes to drive inside, likes to make the moves, and really strong in the paint near the basket.
Substitution for the Seawolves, number 3, Alexis Thurber.
And those two are both good for the Seawolves, as Lewis will take the ball out for the Bobcats. Down to 5 minutes and 38 seconds here in the fourth quarter. As Lewis drives underneath the basket, couldn't get a shot.
See Kara Armstrong in the game for the first time for the Bobcats. Good to see everybody on both benches getting some playing time today.
Here's Matheson, then over to T-Burge. Matheson's three, just short. Rebound, then back out to Matheson. Pickering was thinking about it and will take it off the mark and get another rebound for the Seawolves.
You see Lewis is exhausted. She's playing some defense here, but just so tired. She's been all over the place today.
3-point is shot from Matheson is no good. Lewis trying to drive and go up with it. She's fouling her way up. She'll shoot two. The shot did not fall.
Lewis will go to the line. Yep, she has 3 free throws today.
We've seen a lot of three-point shots here from the Seawolves, and even though they've missed a lot, they've made it enough, and they're playing well, and they're grabbing their own rebounds, and that's been, I think, the biggest key in this game for the Seawolves.
Yeah, offensive rebounds and timely three-point shooting is crucial. That one's up and no good.
First one missed by Lewis. Bobcats trying to reach that 30-point mark. Both are missed by Lewis. Rebound goes to Flanders. And Flanders now driving up the court. Flanders will hand off to T-Burge. Three-pointer is good. High-arcing shot from T-Burge. It's now 74-29. Seawolves finishing the game strong. Here's Lewis.
Yeah, I said that before this quarter they were not going to get close to scoring that 96 points they scored the last game, but they're getting closer and closer now.
That three off the mark from Lewis. Here's Pickering as she is pushed.
Blocking foul. Yep.
By Van Valkenburg.
So replay of the last one. Just again, an open three, and I think that's where, Paul Smith looks back at the tape here. Just way too many of these threes have been uncontested, and you have SMCC who likes shooting the three. I mean, they're going to take that shot when they get a chance to take an uncontested three. So perimeter defense is something in the modern, especially college game, you really have to be great at. Or those three, as teams are shooting 30, 40 three-pointers a game now, even in college.
Here the Gray checks back in the game as there's a miss by Maddie York, but Tara Flanders trying to keep her dribble. Back to York. York will go around the top of the key, pass inside to T-Burge. T-Burge, nice pass between Gray.
Tara Flanders, I mean, great play all around there. Great pass, good finish. Tara Flanders with a nice bucket, her first bucket of the second half.
Now up to 76 for SMCC. Lewis. Back it up top, picked up by T-Burge, who has played on her almost all of the game. It's McFeeters under the basket for the Bobcats, and that jump ball will stay possession for
You see a replay. What a great play inside. T-Burge finds Flanders. Just great vision there. T-Burge is a first-year guard, 5'4".
So we get a timeout here by the Bobcats. We'll take a break here on the SMCC Sports Network and be back for the last 3.5 minutes of this women's basketball game.
It's time to take charge. Time to be a trailblazer. It's time to focus, to make a change, and build the career you want. It's time. SMCC, it's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC.
As we're back for the last few minutes, I want to mention, too, the Yankee Small College Conference tournament coming up in February 19th, Concord, New Hampshire. As you mentioned, you're doing some research, I think, Zach, on what the conference kind of conference tournament schedule or format is?
Yeah, so 8 teams will make it. It's just a straight-up kind of playoff bracket. The number 1 seed will play the number 8 seed. The number 2 will play the 7, and all the way down through. No buys or anything like that. And the tiebreaker is just head-to-head competition. And there were some more rules on the tiebreakers below that, but to be honest, I don't think that there would be a much need for tiebreakers below that. But
we'll see, yeah, because right now there are 3 teams tied for first, but, obviously we still have another third of the season to go. That shot's up and no good.
Well, just to let you guys know, too, is that COVID is really going to put things in flux. So there's a lot of discussions. We had a league meeting yesterday about where the championship might end up happening. We might not do a Final Four in Concord just because of the rules. So it's very fluid. Once the final decision is made, it'll be announced on the website. So make sure everybody, keeps checking out all the team websites because it's unfortunately
it's a mess right now.
Very much in flux.
Yeah.
I think we're lucky we're getting some of these games in. Teams have been in off and on in COVID protocols. So it's it's going to be an interesting next 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it is. And getting prep for this game on both sides, men's and women's. It's so many games have been postponed, and you have guys that are out with COVID. And we're going to talk a lot about the men's team who hasn't played in basically a month because of COVID issues and hasn't really practiced either. So, but again, right now on the schedule, like a solid 9 or 10 games remaining for the women's team here, and potentially the tournament. But if there is some kind of tournament, even if it's just a few teams, they should be in it because they are right up there at the top of this conference here with just 3:06 to go, well on their way to a 40-plus point victory.
Yeah. Here's Lewis. T-Burge picks her up, the long 3, off the mark. Rebound by the Bobcats. Lewis will step back again, take another 3. That one will not go. Rebound for the Seawolves. I remember when Thornton Academy didn't have the playoff tournament, I know a lot of players were upset and frustrated. Wouldn't want something like that to happen here. Unfortunately, as you said, lots of cancellations.
Out of our hands, right?
Yep. So hopefully they can have that playoff tournament because I know, especially for both the women's and men's teams who are doing so great this year, would have some great matchups.
Good shot, yeah, getting to that national tournament for sure. And this lead is stretched now to 49 points.
First free throw from Lewis is good. Get to 30 points. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Lewis really the most active player on the Bobcats team today.
Don't want to say that SMCC is the last USCAA coaches poll, week 4. We're tied for 6th place in the national poll, so good for them. This will do nothing but help the cause.
Pickering tried to go up.
Karen Armstrong with a couple rebounds here coming in this fourth quarter for the Bobcats.
Lewis trying to get around T-Burge. Take a long 3. Think T-Burge got a hand on it. No matter. York will grab the ball. York driving inside. Hands off to T-Burge, the 3-pointer. Off the side of the glass, but the putback by York is good.
Definitely a lot of fatigue setting in here for Paul Smith College. Again, they've had really just one sub and 2 here in the fourth quarter for the whole game, and it's been an up-and-down game. So tough fatigue. And it's their 3rd game in 4 days, actually, as well, because they played on the 11th and they also played on the 12th, and losing to NHTI, excuse me.
Lewis.
5 on the shot clock.
Lewis, I'm not sure if she sees that.
I don't think she does. Ooh. She's down. Looks like she's down hurt a little bit. I don't know if she was trying to pass that or shoot it. They're basically saying she was trying to pass that because the shot clock goes off and not a foul or anything like that. 1:22 to go.
One more substitution. Lewis will come out. First time in the game. In goes Fletcher for the Bobcats.
Of course, after this, after the time runs out, we'll take a quick break and get a player of the game for you.
T-Burge will hand off to Pickering. Then in the corner to Tara Flanders, and Flanders hits the 3.
So they were quiet from 3 for a lot of that third quarter. The fourth, it's kind of come back a little bit. It's the first 3 of the game for Flanders. Sophomore from Wyndham.
Maddie York there, trying to get a jump ball. They're going to call a hold call. And so It will not be a shooting foul. Both teams haven't gotten to the bonus yet today.
Again, 3 players tied for the scoring lead for the Seawolves with 15 points. The Seawolves ball here, under a minute to go.
Great team effort here from the Seawolves. Lots of players getting involved and really everyone making an impact today off the bench. As Maddie York takes the deep 3, in and out. A rebound. Pickering tried to go up with it. She gets pushed over, but T-Burge and Mariah Parker for the Seawolves grabbed her there before she could fall down. That ball goes to Pickering. Pickering goes up with the floater. Could not fall. And York now trying to drive in again. That one will fall.
Tough shot.
Nice job by York. Down to 30 seconds. That pass goes to Jayla Gray. Gray now driving on Parker. Looks underneath. Nice pass to Armstrong. Will not fall.
That might do it right there. I think they might run this clock out.
So Pickering will just dribble. And that'll do it here between the Bobcats and the Seawolves. The Seawolves pick up a 84-31 win over Paul Smith College. And Jeff, just a great game between the two teams. Seawolves dominated throughout, but what did you see was the biggest part of that game?
Yeah, very close early on, of course, and then it really was that pressure defense that the Seawolves continued to push early in that late first quarter, and they started hitting the threes, and after that, they just kind of took off. So what we're going to do is take a quick break. We'll come back with our player of the game and wrap it up here from the Hub, as at 84-31 is the score for the Seawolves.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
It provides a great opportunity, just the fellowship amongst athletes, get a chance to play against some different teams that typically don't get a chance to play against from different regions, different parts of the country. It kind of gives you an opportunity to kind of see where you're really at against everybody. Really good, like I said, just a great environment, well-ran tournament. It's a pleasure to be part of an organization like USCA.
There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC. It's time. There's something better out there. It's an idea that's motivated humans for centuries, pushed us to seek, accomplish, improve. Want to get to that better? It's time for Southern Maine Community College. Whether you're laying a foundation to build on, preparing for a rewarding career, or gaining new skills to give you the edge, at SMCC, you'll find a community to help you think stronger, think smarter, and go further. Sound good? Get started at SMCC.
All right, we're back at the Hub to wrap things up here as the SMCC Seawolves get a big victory over the Paul Smith College Bobcats. Our player of the game tonight is Hannah Richards, first-year guard, 5'7" out of Old Town, 15 points for her. But, Zach, it wasn't just the amount of points. It's when they came and also that pressure defense she had in that big run in the late first quarter, which really put the Seawolves off to the victory tonight.
Yeah, 3 threes in a row in the second quarter, and that was the big push forward to get in that big lead, in the point where the Bobcats couldn't really come back. And she had great, as you said, great defense, pressure defense, pushing Lewis around the outside, not letting her get inside. Richards had a great game, had a lot of points, and just a great all-around game, not only from her but the rest of the team, and a great win for the Seawolves.
Yeah, every Seawolf got to some points today. So it's going to wrap it up here from the Hub as the Seawolves move to 11-2 on the season, 6-1 in the conference. And for Jeff Schools and Zach Taranko, I'm Jeff Christianberry saying thanks very much for joining us. Final score one more time is 84-31 Seawolves. We'll see you in a few minutes for the men's game here on the SMCC Sports Network.